Hey guys, and welcome back. So let's ask this question then. Driving with a failed water pump. So yeah, I had to bite the bullet today. The weather was pretty bad, ice on the roads, even though it's early April. My 900 turbo convertible doesn't have snow tyres, which is kind of a legal requirement. Probably not a good idea with black ice on the roads in the mornings. But I actually had a couple of really pressing jobs I had to do and get on the road, and I haven't received my replacement water pump yet. And as you saw in the previous video, it's leaking now. It leaked a little bit, but it leaks a lot more when I've been driving and then stop the car. And it just dumps out all the coolant from the water pump because I think the seals are completely trashed. Having said all that, I mean, I had tested driving it, and of course, priority is to replace the water pump. But I've been driving now for 45 minutes on sort of motorway conditions or faster highway conditions, and the temperature is holding quite low, and the expansion tank still has pressure, and I'm not overheating. And when I do stop the car and I see a bit of a coolant leak, I basically top up the coolant just to make sure that I'm not low on coolant. It seems to be going okay. My main concern was if I would cause, a bigger problem by driving it. My worry was that the pulley on the water pump could come free, thereby causing the serpentine belt to become loose and tangled up in the other components, and that was a worry. But I actually tested pulling on the pulley, and it seems very secure against the water pump. So I think even though the internals of the water pump probably aren't very healthy, and certainly the seals have blown, maybe the pump is still actually pushing something through. It's just that when the car is stationary or the engine's off, the pump isn't functioning, and so any coolant in there can't stay in there because the seals are gone and just leak out. Ideally, of course, I know that I'm going to get lots of comments about this, I shouldn't be driving the car. I know that, yeah, I don't want to. I'm in so much anxiety today to get in the car, but I just didn't have another option. And I even thought about borrowing a car, but I couldn't think of anyone who had a car that had a big enough space as my 9000 to get what I needed to get into it. So let's see what happens. I'm going to be on the road now for another hour and 15 minutes, and we'll see where we're at. So when I'm at the end of the journey, I'll do a little bit of feedback for you. So yeah, I mean, this is typical of the weather in Sweden. I mean, in Jönköping today, where my hometown, we've had a snow blizzard, but the snow literally melts instantaneously. But I had to drive to this place today to pick up some things, some furniture and that. And I think I made the right decision using the 9000, because where I went to today, I mean, it was just, snow and sleet everywhere. I mean, I'll show you the conditions of the road. I mean, I could not drive without snow tyres today. So, yeah, it was quite important to have taken the 9000, I think. So just over an hour ago, I was in the other town, Skövde, and you can just see the difference. Yeah, I mean, there was just snow on the hills, snow on the ground, ice, slush. It was just awful. And then here, like something like 60 kilometers down the road, just got a gorgeous snow-free day with the sun out. So yeah, I completed my journey, did what I needed to do. I picked up quite a bit of furniture, did 2 journeys. One was a 3-hour round trip, and another one was an hour and a half. The car performed just the same as it always does. There doesn't seem to be any effect on the cooling yet. I actually did a test direct on the cylinder head and on some of the radiator hoses, just in case I was getting a false reading because the water temperature wasn't rising due to leak or something. But I didn't get anything that I was worried about. And checking the leak, it seems to have slowed down, even though I've been topping it up with coolant, and I noticed that on this journey that was 3 hours, I didn't need to hardly top it up. I mean, it's definitely failing, I know that, and I am going to change it, but I just thought this was a little bit of an interesting, you know, it's like pushing things to their limit, but without trying to, I don't want to break my car. Of course, if that temperature gauge went up, I would have just pulled over, but it was a case of necessity today, and at the same time I can document the symptoms and results of something just because I had to drive it, and maybe the information is useful. But yeah, my water pump is grinding and it's leaking, and I need to change it. As soon as the part arrives, I will put it in. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just a quick one to document this little journey today, and I have to say that again, Saab just always, you know, blows me away, and just how reliable they are and how they just never seem to let you down or leave you stranded. I wouldn't want to put that to the full test knowing I have a failure, because the car is telling me something's wrong and I need to get it done, which I'm going to do very soon. So guys, thanks again for watching, and as always, see you next time on the Classic Saab Guy.